Point, if you hear something go, my stomach might start to growl, especially when we get to this next item, because I am a lover of seafood. So this is a more just, no, wrong card. Hold, please. We're going into the bone-in pork prime rib. So now we're talking about the feast, right? It's at our home. We're doing the gathering, the kids, the grandkids, everybody's coming over. How about two 2.5-pound Frenched bone-in pork prime ribs. We need to see this picture of it on the platter with the bone. I mean, this is that, how did you do this? You must really love us. You really splurged on this holiday. And you get two of them so you can either feed the crowd or you cook them one at a time and you've got a delicious holiday dinner for two people. The total price is a low price of $76.98. It should have been over $80. Again, all of our food has free shipping and handling. And then this one has a payment plan that lets you bring it home. You'll get it in a few days with the payment that you make today of $19.25. You'll continue once a month making that payment till you've paid your $76, but you get your pork bone-in prime rib while doing that easy pay. So you'll be all set to go for Easter if that's the holiday you celebrate. So we're gonna welcome back in Chef Tony Notaro. He's been hanging out with us for the hour, going over some really delicious delectables. But this one, I mean, you always see your food first, right? And the presentation here, the wow, you went all out kind of feel that you will give the people who come to your home. It's really impressive. And then the delicious quality of the food, impressive as well.
Absolutely. This is, to me, the king of the pork roasts. If you like the Rastelli beef bone-in prime rib steak, this is exactly the same thing, except that it's cut from the pork. So our master butchers, when we get our pigs in, and I want you to know that our hogs come from Pennsylvania Dutch Amish country. So again, no hormones, no steroids, no antibiotics. They're raised free. They're given a vegetable diet. And I'll tell you what, you put that platter out for your family and friends when they're coming over for the holiday, or just a special Sunday dinner, maybe birthdays, special occasions, wedding anniversaries. This really is amazing offer. You're getting two of these roasts. And this brought back some memories of my dad. My dad always made this, and he would add it with our special rice stuffing, which was done with Italian sausage. And to me, that's like the beginning of the holiday season for us every year. So this is what it looks like. They'll come frozen. Let me show you, first of all, how the package comes.
Okay.
You'll get two of these in the bag, just the way you see it here. And we've trimmed off all the excess fat. We have Frenched out the bones, which means we've taken off the excess fat on the bones, but we left those natural handles in for you. You'll take this in your fridge 24 to 48 hours before you're going to serve it, because it is 2.5 pounds. Some of them are a little bit more, to be honest with you. And I'll tell you what, when you cook these, a little bit of olive oil, your favorite spices, put them on a rack in your oven. They cook in 1 hour and 15 minutes. I like to do it at 450 degrees for the first 30 minutes. So you lock in all that natural flavor, gives you that crust, which we call meat candy. And then after that, you lower it to 375, let it finish off the cook. But seeing is believing. So let's take this beautiful pork chop.
Okay, teach me what you're doing, because I've always wondered how the heck to slice one of these babies. Are you just slicing between the bone?
Exactly. So let me put this to the side. So 1, 2, 3. I can actually get between this 1, 2 for 4, but I probably leave it be.
Okay.
And then this is the 5th one. But I want you to look at this. Friends, this is pork. Usually, like the chicken breast, pork is given a bad rap. They say it's always dry. It's not. In fact, I'm going to turn this to you. I'm going to do a very light press, and you'll see all the natural juice, the flavor, because of the marbling that's in this meat. It's never frozen when it comes to us. We process them, clean them, trim them, take off all the excess fat, because you don't want to eat that anyway. We vacuum seal them and then flash freeze it. So when you get it home, it's basically from your butcher shop right to your door. Now, this is the second one that I'm cutting.
Okay.
But I want you to look at this. So look at the size of these.
They're huge.
These are not cheap looking servings. They are family awesome. Let me get it back in camera here. And I just love the fact that they are that moist and that tender.
Question.
I'll put this one down here for a second. Sure.
What is the benefit of having the bone in? Because visually, it looks expensive. It looks gourmet. It looks like you absolutely love everybody you invited to your house if you keep that bone in. I remember going to a holiday party many, many years ago when I was like, you know, young and didn't have kids and really just learning how to cook. And a friend of mine and her husband did a bone-in pork. And I was blown away because it just looks like something that only a chef would know
Absolutely.
how to do. But is there a benefit to having the bone left in?
Well, think about a good broth. When you want to make a good broth, what do you start with?
Bone broth?
Bone.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. So the bones actually bring flavor to the party. It's a natural handle. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I'll eat the
Are you
meaty
supposed to use
part
that
of this
handle
with a
and pick it
fork
up
and
and
knife.
eat it like that?
Yeah, I'm not. If we're not having company, girl,
Hurrah.
that's exactly. That's exactly. It's like, okay, I'm Fred Flintstone tonight. I'm
Might as
enjoying this.
well. Well, now I
So,
know why the
but
bone's left in, because sometimes you can't find your fork and your knife. And then, you know, what's really nice about this is you get two. You know, sometimes when Steve and I can't make it to my family who's out of state for a holiday, my kids are so little, they're still like in macaroni and cheese and buttered pasta and like chicken finger world. But we want something gourmet for us, chef. So I love that Steve and I could cook this one at a time, and there's our Easter holiday, and then maybe down
correct.
the road, like there's a fun summer night, or there's whatever the next holiday is. Because it would be okay in the freezer for a while, I suppose.
It has a 1 year shelf life, so you know. And let me just share some things with our foodies.
Okay.
It's being brought to you as a roast. When you defrost these, if you want to cut them into individual slices, add a little bit of your favorite spices and olive oil and put them on your grill, please do so. If you want to take these raw and pound them lightly and do a little bit of Italian breadcrumbs, that alone in a good restaurant, a pounded pork chop, you're talking serious money, probably half of the whole price of the offer that you see on your screen. And again, they're so tender.
There's the
Look at that.
juice.
Look at the glisten that you see there. They're so tender and they're so moist and they're versatile. There's so much that you can do with these.
Right.
So
And I don't
here's
think
one
my
idea.
grocery store sells a bone-in pork. If they do, I've never seen it.
It's usually only around the holidays. And to be honest with you, I'm going to brag on Ray.
Yeah.
Ray supplies these to a lot of the higher end supermarkets that you will go into, and you're going to pay the price for them because we take off all the excess fat. We take away the things that you don't want to pay for and eat. Obviously, we have to make up for that. So the price is a little bit higher. But to get what you're getting here, the two roast for that price is just incredible. Let me just show this off here.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it how I do it.
Are you doing pork and applesauce?
I have
Ooh.
pork and applesauce with a little bit of string beans. And this is 35-year-old balsamic vinegar.
Oh my gosh. Yummy.
That's it. That's for when your friends are coming over. My beautiful wife, Vivian, who does so much for me, I like to make special things for her. But this is just one. I mean, just adding that balsamic kind of makes it look like you're in a fancy restaurant. So just imagine what you would pay for that in a restaurant. But
Right.
here's every day. Here's just some smashed sweet potatoes with a little bit of cinnamon sugar. Let's cut off one of our chops.
Okay, I'm seriously getting hungry right now, chef.
And I'm going to do two
Oh, go for it.
because then we can share this with Vivi. I'll place this here. And then I'm going to lift this one up. Let me just show you the plate first. Now, these are cooked to about 145 to 150 degrees. The old school was they had to be 165. I don't agree with that. This pork is cooked perfectly, and that's why it's so juicy. I want to talk about the decal. So
Okay,
on the
we do
prime
have to
rib
wrap up. I
steak,
hear the music. You want to just leave me with this thought, and then we'll wrap up?
Yep.
Okay.
The darker part that you see down here is what they call the cap or the decal of the pork. That is like eating butter. It is so tender and so sweet. So you have the dark, you have the light, you have the natural handle, and of course it's Rastelli. They're wet aged for 28 days. It's just incredible.
Awesome. Thank you so much, chef. M89414. You get two of them. Total of 2.5 pounds. I'm sorry, total of 5 pounds, because each is 2.5 pounds. Forgive me. Under $77 today, normally much closer to $85. And what does it cost at the restaurant for two people to eat, right? This is two of these meals. $19 is your easy pay plan to help bring it home with free shipping and handling. Okay, and our final item in our hour.